Wanta misoka bala ona ulitalo tapate uparesa. Chilelo na ya fula ngama timu ayamupira vale tipenga balala imwe babukati nile shima pepo lelo bamusango usiku nakolwa aleponta ubusiku bumwe wine muotela bamusanga na mukamwine mubulwele bwa esna ma street kids abengifelo banonka uwacha peno ngwirire vale pango tongo tushile bomba indala matama opansaya kwi mwalisa mwamae arabiz na ma bling bling kasi anga ale folupia mumbali ya msebo na fula vana timbuza babasanga valino mti wako kumishe fumo Zengane oh tutonsongane po Zengane po tutonsongane po Wanta misoka bala ona ulitalo tabate uparesa Zengane po tutonsongane po Zengane po tutonsongane po Wanta misoka bala ona ulitalo tabate uparesa Wanta misoka bala ona ulitalo tabate uparesa Ubuntu mwale titwa lipoka Fwewa mitwa wapu munga wefawa Mwina nyongomba kuliba mweza Lilo bali mwalo shomusha Chilolo wabuteko wa mwekata Na pundumana aline wange Chinonga kononganya barumendo Okulete pimpunganya mchalo imapange Aipipondo pile hibila wantu Viline mputi sabuteko Ukuipuzani nani wapipele Monsbaleti kaya 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 Ipipondo tawi no mwando Wakaele loba mukaka Ngana jinsobolole tuvale chita Vale shoba tukafuela kumakaka Muma skule koko kile pasa Ava mano vale shala Ukuya pe skulu likala mbele achano Vambita vaishi vano kupenda Twengane oh tutonsongane po Twengane po tutonsongane po Wanta misoka bala ona ulitalo tabate uparesa Twengane po tutonsongane po Twengane po tutonsongane po Wanta misoka bala ona ulitalo tabate uparesa Wanta misoka bala ona ulitalo tabate uparesa Ngesele nolo ulifya fula shani Ngeseko shesu twatwala kwi Ngesambu shesu twatwala kwisa Ngobutende wesi twatwala kwisa Ulivyo palesa na tulombe Atupalele fumu shabu chishinga Atupekwe mfumu nga Solomoni Ishigo mjamano tetumayo Yeah, 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 oh Oh, 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 oh 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 Kabumba twalumba kanda Vamwasa kabinga kanda Kanda, kanda, kanda Vamwasa kabinga kanda Twalumba kanda, 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 kanda Vamwasa kabinga kanda Twalumba kanda, kanda Vamwasakaringa Vatwalumba kanda kanda Vamwasakaringa kanda.
That's not the song I want. Alright. This is the song I wanted. So, good evening. I want to say that tonight, I usually have this program, but tonight, there's just, I've got some emotions attached to my presentation tonight. I think why I find it a little bit heavy, it is because I'm going to be discussing people that are very close to me. You know, I'm going to say things that people who are close to me might not like. But I'm sorry, I have to say it. I have to say it. I have to express myself. I have to say the truth the way I just see it. I am really sorry to some of you that I will talk about in this program tonight, and the views that I may express, but those are my views. You may agree with me, you may not agree with me, but I think I speak for the people. I think I speak for the people. I don't come here to speak to impress a political party or to impress an individual. No. I will not sacrifice my patriotism due to the relationship that I may have with a political party or an individual. No, I will not do that. I think it will be wrong. I mean, I'm a person with a conscience. For me, what I say, for me, what I do it out of conscience. And I just want to say things as I see them. And that is, I want to emphasize this point that I don't speak for an individual, for a political party. I speak for the people. Of course, not that my opinion are always right. So you don't have to tell me, you think you know it. You know it all. Hey, whatever. No. I express my views. If you have different views, I mean, you can also bring them out. And I am one person that is very open to listen to what other people have to say, you know. So, it is not about the political party. I'm insisting. And, you know, where we are coming from, people are fond of, when I speak something against the UPND, I'm always labeled to say, you have been paid by the PF. PF is paying for you, is paying you. When I speak something against the PF, no, you are being paid by UPND. But I've told you over and over that you can't buy Chilufya Tayali. You can't buy Chilufya Tayali. Chilufya Tayali speaks from his conviction. He speaks from his conviction. So, even if you don't give me anything, I will still speak from my conviction. Even if you give me something, I'll still speak from my conviction. So you would actually lose your money if you think you would buy me. No. You can support me in what I'm doing. You can only support me and not to sway me because of resources. That can't work. That cannot work. To sway me because of money, that cannot work. And I think both people from particularly the UPND and the PF, I think you know this better. So I know already, I've seen by UPF, by PF, hey, now Kulishamo. It's always like that, but I don't mind. I'm going to express myself. And you see, yeah, and you see, I was saying that I have friends both in the UPND and in the PF. I have friends on both sides. I also have friends in other political parties, that is for sure. But Fred Membe is a friend to me. He's my elder brother who I interact with, you know. I think, other people, yes, I talk to them, but I think, Fred, there is a special relationship that I can confess that with my friend Membe, there is a special relationship, which has not started today. It started a long time, you know, when I was young, just reading his editorials, and of course, interacting with him, even when he was at Post. Then, of course, I have a number of friends, even in the ruling party, in the UPND today. I want you to know this. I have friends in the UPND today who I actually talk to. I talk to a number of UPND members. So don't get it wrong that, you know, I'm highly critical of the UPND and like I just hate them. No, I have. And my friendship extends up to even State House. Even President Hakainde Hichilema himself is not an enemy. I want you to know this. Even President Hakainde Hichilema is not an enemy to me. He's not. Of course, I do criticize him and I say what I think. But he's not an enemy. Equally, President Edgar Chagwa is dear to me. Frankly speaking, he is dear to me. I have a special soft spot for him. And this I used to say even when he was in the ruling party, when he was president, when he was Republican president. I used to say this. But I never shied away from criticizing him. I never shied away from criticizing him. Among the PF members also, I've got a number of friends. And Brian Mundubile is a friend. But I must emphasize that Brian Mundubile is actually a more recent acquired friend than other members. You know, I've got people like Kampiongo, Emmanuel Mwamba. They are very close friends of mine. Mutotwe Kafuaya, they are very close friends of mine. They are friends of mine. Equally in the Upnd, there are a number of friends that, you know, I've interacted. Remember, at some point, I mean, Upnd lawyers even represented me when I was fighting, when I was arrested. So I've got friends in both political parties. But when it comes to national issues, I want to face them as such. When it comes to national issues, I want to face them as such. This is why, you know, I am critical to them, because it is not about the friendship. It is not about the friendship that I have with Chilufya Masebo. By the way, but Chilufya Masebo, she's one of those people that I will tell you that she's a friend. But Chilufya Masebo, I've even gone to church with her. You know, she is a friend. But Chilufya Masebo, she's not a strange person to me. No, no. We have had a personal encounter, you know. But unfortunately now, but Chilufya Masebo, as a health minister, she's messing up. She is messing up as a health minister. And I have not allowed myself, you know, to shy away from criticizing her simply because, you know, she's a person that I know on a personal level. I've not done that. I've not done that. I've been talking about Chilufya Masebo from the first time that I heard of the corruption from South Africa. I've been talking about it. Even the people that I used to meet, you know, relating to that corruption of that company from South Africa, I used to say, Chilufya Masebo, she is somebody that I know. And yes, she's somebody that I know, but come on. When she's messing up on the national level, I need to speak out. And I want you people to understand me. It is not about the friendship that I have with you that I will spare you. When you are doing something wrong, I will come out. A lot of people don't seem to understand me. I saw some commenters saying, nah, this guy is not stable. He's just like Wakambwidi. You know, he changes. Please understand this issue. Yes, even Brian Mundubile today, I'm supporting Brian Mundubile. I'm saying Brian Mundubile should take over PF. But Brian Mundubile becomes president and is messing up. Trust me, I will not spare him. I will not spare him. That is me. That is you. So you should be able to differentiate between the personal relationship that you have with a person and national matters. When it comes to national matters, one has to be objective. One has to be patriotic. Your relationship with an individual should not crowd your judgment, which is what you do. Some of you, you know, you like Edgar Lungu so much, you don't want to see anything negative. Some of you, you like Hakainde Hichilema so much, you don't want to see anything negative. No, these are human beings. These are human beings. By the fact that, you know, I have a relationship with them, it doesn't mean that I should not see anything wrong. I've seen my brother Mao Sampa. Mao Sampa is another friend who I've encountered with at a personal level, you know. But come on, if Mao Sampa, when it comes to national matters, I don't agree with him, I just have to say it. I just have to say it. So, please understand me. Please understand me. I don't, it's not that when I speak about somebody, then I hate that person or my relationship is whatever sour. No, 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 no. It is about being patriotic. It's about looking at the bigger picture, the country. You can't allow one person to be messing around. And just because you have a relationship with that person, you keep quiet. No. But Chilufya Masebo, like I'm saying, but Chilufya Masebo, apart from that issue, that corruption that happened on the you know, building of hospitals, now I'm talking about this issue of purchasing medicines using single sourcing, purchasing medicines from Egypt, purchasing medicines which are not certified. This is wrong, regardless of whatever relationship I may have eaten, you know, with Chilufya Masebo on the same plate. But The fact that she is a minister and she is messing up, I shouldn't spare her. God forgive me if I'm wrong, but this is me. If when it comes to national matters, I will not spare you. It doesn't matter who it is. It doesn't matter what relationship I have with you. I will go for you. Of course, I do try as much as possible to engage these people privately. Before I come out here, I do engage people privately. Some people respond positively and they correct whatever they're wrong. But some, they don't want. Some are incorrigible. Some are impervious. Some are intolerant. And what choice do you leave me? If I come to you, if I come to your house and I engage you, I talk to you. If I come to your office, I engage you, I talk to you. But you don't seem to change. What choice do you leave me? What choice do you leave me? Do you want me to be defeated because I spoke to you, because you are a friend and you are not changing? Do you want me to be defeated? No ways. I'm not going to be defeated. As far as the nation is concerned, I'm not going to be defeated. I will come here and talk about it. So I want to tell you that I do try. Before I come here, I do engage people. And a number of people will tell you. Some of them will tell you, those that have encountered, I've spoken to them and we have resolved some of these issues, and I don't come and talk about them. But people who are arrogant, like Chilufya Masebo, who don't want to listen, who just want to go on and do the wrong things. But Chilufya Masebo, munechitowukaka over this deal of Egypt. But you know that it is wrong. What you are doing is very wrong. You know that this Zamsa and this Bali Mwetwa, Billy Mwetwa, what you are doing is wrong. And Billy Mwetwa, I want to tell you, Billy Mwetwa ukakakwa. Billy Mwetwa, you will go to jail. Billy Mwetwa, you will go to jail, I can assure you that. You will go to jail. Because what you are doing there at Zamsa is illegal. It's illegal. The way you are spending money, the way you are buying medicines, the way you are creating this artificial emergency. You are calling it artificial emergency, and yet you are the people that have created this artificial emergency. And you are busy working with the State House, because the State House is fully involved. But our Professor Roma, Vamdala, you are a professor, Mwalisa Mbilila. I don't understand that people of your level, you get into politics and you start doing wrong things. You are messing up yourselves, you people. Siawan was saying that Tayali doesn't know what is happening. I know what is happening. I know what is happening. Of course, I mean, and I want to speak concretely. Me, I don't speculate. When I'm talking about something in public, it is because I know for sure that this is what it is. The Egyptian scandal, it is a scandal which will follow all of you who are involved. And I want to appeal to some of you young people, especially at the Ministry of Justice, to stay away from such things. Tell people the truth. Tell them the truth. Write those legal opinions. Put them in writing and give them. Give them to these people. Let people know. Let them not pretend to be ignorant of the ZPPA laws. Let them not be ignorant. The Procurement Act. ZPPA, you are a suspect. The people at ZPPA, there must be somebody there who is corrupt, who is allowing Billy Mwetwa to be buying, to be single sourcing, every day single sourcing. You cannot be single sourcing all the time. You can't. It doesn't work out like that. So there must be somebody at ZPPA who is wavering, allowing these people to be single sourcing same companies where they are eating. And the State House, you can't tell me at no, Chilufya Masebo, at no, you can't, the president cannot just fail to do something basic. There is nothing basic. There is nothing basic but following the law. You must follow the law. That's what it is. There is nothing basic. So what you are doing with Chilufya Masebo is illegal. You are saying, no, you should get facts. Me, I want you to tell us the facts. I want Vasilvia Masebo. Vasilvia Masebo, I want to call you. I want to call you in a few minutes. Vasilvia Masebo, I want to call you in a few minutes. I want you to tell us the facts. I want you to tell us the facts about this issue. I want to call Vasilvia Masebo. Can somebody, tip Vasilvia Masebo that Tayali wants to call you? I want to call her in the next 5 minutes. I want to call her. And it is not about embarrassing her. It is not about embarrassing her. It is not about reducing her. It is about her giving us the facts. This forum is you can't say this forum is a small forum. No, a lot of people are following this program. A lot of people are following here. So, a responsible minister, a responsible public servant would be happy to take a phone call and clarify, because you'll be talking to people on my platform, and you'll be able to challenge me where I may have been wrong or where I'm lying. This is how it should be. If really Vasilvia Masebo, because I know, she may not want to pick this phone call, but Vasilvia Masebo, I'm begging you, pick the call and clarify to the Zambian people. Pick the call and clarify to the Zambian people. Basically, number one, on this issue of shortages of medicine, how did we come where we are? How did we come where we are, where we have shortages of medicines? Right now, even now, I was just talking to somebody. Her child is in hospital, and she was asking me for money just now. She was asking me for money because in hospital, there are no medicines. The child is admitted in hospital, and yet they have given a prescription to go and buy medicine to give a child who is in hospital. Imagine that. It is not a lie. Right now I'm talking, there is somebody that has sent me, I was chatting through text, telling me of a child who is in hospital, and yet there are no medicines. They have given her a prescription to go and buy medicines. And she has forwarded that to me, asking me to help. And this is what is happening in many hospitals. This is what is happening in many hospitals. We have a crisis. We have a shortage of medicines. How did we come to this point? Can Vasilvia Masebo tell us? That is number one question. How did we come to this point? Number two, how does Vasilvia Masebo justify the single sourcing of medicines by ZAMSA, whereby they have spent over 2 billion on single sourcing, mostly giving to companies, same companies, which are friendly to the UPND and the people in government? She's a minister, the buck stops at her. How is it that they have just been single sourcing? How is it that that billing weto has been single sourcing? How? Why? And I want Vasilvia Masebo to clarify to us, to tell us the facts. To tell us the facts. If it is not true that this government is buying medicines from Egypt in an illegal manner without following the procurement act, I want her to clarify what model they are using, what law they are using to purchase medicines from Egypt. I want Vasilvia Masebo to tell us. And of course, I want Vasilvia Masebo to tell us if medicines coming from Egypt are certified by ZAMRA. If medicines coming from Egypt are certified by ZAMRA. These are the 4 questions that I want her to respond to. Please, I want to go through them. I want to go through them so that when I call, Vasilvia Masebo can simply go and respond to this. It is not about embarrassing her, but it is about her clarifying the matter. And the issues that I want her to clarify is, number one, how have we arrived where we are here, where we don't have medicines? That is number one. Number two, what about this single sourcing that has been happening at ZAMSA? Number three, is it true that this government is buying medicines from Egypt without following the Procurement Act? Number four, are the medicines coming from Egypt certified by ZAMRA or not? These are the 4 questions that I want the minister to talk about. I don't have to engage in a conversation. I'll be glad to listen to her. Simply respond to this. And I'm sure you citizens, you can hear that these are legitimate questions. This is not a church. These are legitimate questions. I want Sylvia Masebo, please na papata, you respond to these issues that I've raised, 4 issues that I've raised. And I'm going to call Sylvia Masebo now. I'm calling. I pray she will pick the call. I pray she will pick the call. I was given the number, and I'm sure this is the number because I've confirmed it. This is the number. It's ringing.
Number you have dialed is busy. Please
Baputula.
the subscriber call is currently busy. Please try your call later. The subscriber call is currently busy. Please try your call later.
I'm looking for the connection. I'm calling Sylvia Masebo so that she can tell us. It's not to embarrass the honorable minister. It is simply, to seek clarification. Simply seek clarification. That's all. It's not. It's not anything.
The number you have dialed is busy. Please try your call later. The subscriber call is currently busy. Please try your call later. The subscriber call is currently busy. Please try your call later.
I will try again. I'll try again. But I don't mean to embarrass the minister. I don't mean to embarrass the minister. I just want her to clarify on these issues. Yes, it sounds like I've been blocked. It sounds like I've been blocked. Maybe I have to use another number just to try. I think we will try to use another number so that we get this clarification. Zambians, don't be cheated. These people, starting with the president, the minister, and everybody, all of them, they are accountable to you. They are accountable to us. Don't feel like calling these ministers the president. Don't think that they are doing you a favor when you call them and they respond to you. No. That's why they have gone into those offices. But Sylvia Masebo, she's in that office because of us. Because of us. But Sylvia Masebo, she's shining. She's buying all those nice clothes and what and what. Because of us. It is our money. So, don't be... I want you people to be empowered. Therefore, mwiruke. Mwiratina, don't fear the people that you have voted for. Don't fear them. You are the ones that employed them. It doesn't matter. Even President Hakainde Hichilema is accountable to us. He's accountable to us. And, where things are normal, you are supposed to even call President Hakainde Hichilema himself. These people should not be out of our reach. These people should not be out of our reach. We should be able to call them. We should be able to call them. And Sylvia Masebo, if she's really a leader, Sylvia Masebo, if you are man enough, Sylvia, if you are a woman enough, Sylvia, answer the call. Take the call and tell the people, Sylvia, you are saying if you are man enough, if you are at your man enough, whatever. What about you, Sylvia? Are you a woman enough? Are you a woman enough? Why don't you pick the call? Pick the call so that you tell us. Tell us these 4 issues. These issues I'm talking about are not far-fetched. Are not far-fetched because she's saying, people, first, let Sylvia. so that you understand what I'm talking about. You understand what I'm talking about. I mean, Twilangala. This country belongs to all of us. This country belongs to all of us. This country belongs to all of us. Listen.
You come to the ministry so that you can get facts, which has no substance. And you yourself, you have been failing to come to the ministry so that you can get facts. So that even as you go on your social media groups, you are able to give facts. Talking.
So to pay Nyama facts, Sylvia.
We have the government to run. For me as Minister of Health, I have a lot of work. I've found a lot of mess in almost every. So
now, first of all,
resources, which has no substance. And you yourself, you have been failing to come to the ministry so that you can get facts. So that even as you go on your social media groups, you are able to give facts. Not just talking.
So, Sylvia. Why I'm calling you? I'm calling you so that you give us facts. No, those are not facts. Give us the facts. We are giving you an opportunity here. Give us the facts. Call, respond. Give us the facts. Simply the facts. And it's very simple. It's very simple. I'm simply saying that you are saying that there is a crisis. There are no medicines. And it is true there are no medicines. How did we reach here? What made the your government to fail to procure medicines? How did we reach here to have an emergency? Number two, I'm simply asking, ZAMSA, Billy Mwetwa is busy procuring medicines on single sourcing. Why is he doing that? Worth 2 billion and is buying these medicines from international companies. When there is a law, that the Citizen Empowerment Act, it actually says all procurements, they must be Zambians involved. That is the law. That there is a law that all procurements, Zambians must be involved. But Billy Mwetwa is buying medicines from international companies without Zambians being involved. And you are wondering why we are broke. We are broke because this government is involved in corruption. Because as far as I'm concerned, when you are not giving, you are not following the law, then you are corrupt. That Billy Mwetwa, Sylvia Masebo, they are not following the law. That is the corruption we are talking about. That is the corruption we are talking about. So Sylvia, Ngawana Kashi, Basuke for
we have the government to run. For me as Minister of Health, I have a lot of work. I've found a lot of mess in almost everything. Human resource is a mess. The infrastructure is a mess. Equipment is a mess. All those are things that we have to pay attention to.
Now, Sylvia Mlevat, you found a mess everywhere. Human resource, there is a mess. Fine. Let's see. Let's for a moment maybe agree with you that there is a mess. Imwewa Sylvia. Now Hakainde Hichilema win. You promise people that when you come into power, you will put people, those people who are on separation, you will unite families. How many people have you united in the Ministry of Health? Because you are saying there is a mess in human resource. How many people have you united? Because these are some of your promises. 1 year, 7 months into power. Tell me, how many people have you united? How many? What have you done to the human resource that you are talking about? What have you done? You have employed people and some of them are not getting paid. Some of them are not getting paid. There are a lot of issues in your ministry. Now we even have a situation where some nurses or some healthy workers are being forced to go and teach in nursing schools or health institution, education institutions. They are being forced to go there. So what are you cleaning up? Then Sylvia Mleva, yo, infrastructure was bad. Sylvia, new. And you are even busy commissioning some of them. Hospitals which were built by the previous government. Some of these things, but Sylvia, you can't talk about infrastructure. Which infrastructure have you sorted out? Which infrastructure have you sorted out? Because now the hospitals are actually smelling. The hospitals are even dirty because they don't have things to clean the hospitals with. They don't have. Our hospitals have become worse. We are carrying beddings in our Sylvia. People are carrying blankets. So what have you sorted out? Hey, everything is in a mess. Hey, whatever. What have you done? What have you done? Eh? What have you done? What? Our hospitals now have power, Sylvia. Now have power. So what are you talking about? What are you talking about? Sylvia? Eh? Mwasuke phone. Nala tuma again. Mufina mwasuke.
We have to pay attention. People are dying. I cannot spend time talking. I have to.
At least you agree that people are dying. At least you agree that people are dying. And they are dying, Sylvia, because of you. People are dying because of you, Sylvia. People are dying because of you. And that's why I say you are one of the useless ministers. You are one of the useless ministers. I'm telling you, you are one of the useless ministers. People are dying. You agree. That is very good. Eh?
To work, and the only way I believe my talking, like now I come and talk to my officers to improve. That is the work that I should. Not talking to people who are making noise outside, who are politicking, who are looking for political capital, who are not money enough to face the realities.
Sylvia, sure.
Not money enough to face the realities. Looking for political capital, who are not money enough to face.
Aleni mweba Sylvia, mweba anakashi. I want you to respond. You who is woman enough, respond to us, Sylvia. Respond to us. Respond to us and answer these issues. Let's be fair with each other. Let's be fair with each other. Embarrass me. Yeah, the phone. Thank you.
Please try a call later. The subscriber call.
So who is man enough and who is woman enough here? Eh? You know, Sylvia, that I'm calling you. You know, why don't you pick the call and talk to us, talk to the people? Eh? Why don't you pick the phone and talk to us? You know I'm talking about this. You know about this. You know. Eh? You know. Babi kana kumbi konombe yale kana kudi. Eh? So, mwila sawa ina fe mwe bantu imwe. Eh? At no, Shan, you are making political mileage. You are not money enough. Eh? You are fathers. Hey, you are supposed to be husbands. Yes. And I'm doing my duty right now. This is how a responsible man is supposed to behave. Eh? Uwa umete mukaputula fe yo. Na mukaputula ifo tuliwa ume konse. Mukaputula tuliwa ume. Mumichitira tuliwa ume. Munifionsa tuliwa ume. And I can tell you that, I can assure you of that one, Sylvia. Uko kwena kwa Sylvia. Awe. Nga munefwa muntu minefoni. Muntu minefoni ngalapuisha program. I can prove to you that konse ifo tuliwa ume. Tuliwa ume tapawe ifo ato oko tuasharila. Le sali tupango apuililika. Mukaputula, mukutontonkanya, everything tuliwa ume. Mweba filo kwa sukafoni ni mwewo. It's you, minister, it's you, Sylvia Masebo, who has failed to respond. It's you who has chickened out. Just like that woman who, who goes, ale sunsha. Eh? Afika Panama nkati, balala. This is the exact thing that is happening here. Eh? No chukula, inenshiri wa kutendeka. You can't say at it's me you're talking about. Hey, you're supposed to be husbands. I'm a husband. I'm a father. And I do everything to make sure that I fulfill whatever I need to fulfill in as a husband, as a father, as a politician. Sylvia, you are my sister, you are my elder sister, but you cannot, you can't be doing that. You can't be doing that, Sylvia. Eh? Mune masauka. Awe, muipele Sylvia, tefyo mbomba, tefyo. Eh? Mwini shibirefe na imwe mbi kumama ministers san. If you don't have facts, muna ikala vetondoro. You are better off keeping quiet than start responding if you are not man enough. Fenshi. You have failed to run that ministry. You have failed. You have failed. Big time you have failed. And I want to tell you, go on with that issue of Egypt. Go on with it. But I can assure you one day, you will go to jail for it. You will go to jail for it. One day you will go to jail for it. So this is me. I don't speak for a political party. I'm not saying this because somebody has paid me. No, I'm doing it because it's benefiting the citizens. It's benefiting the citizens. If you come online, you are just helping me. You are just helping me. You're just supporting me. But you are Sylvia. You are making people die, Vasilvia. You are making people die with your inefficiency. You are making people die because you're not following the law. And one day, you will account for what you're doing. So this is, and unfortunately, and this is happening in many government institutions. This is a fact. It's happening. Ministry of Agriculture. Na kununka no kununka. Kuli corruption hivi. You are even failing to. You are even sabotaging the audit report because you know of the rot that you have done. Na mwamba no kuluwa mweka. Na li umfatu wa jangro na wamba na watantula. Church na wawika kumbali. Unandua corruption. Veka kafi. Mweka. From there, move from there, go to mines, go to transport. Too much corruption in this government. Too much corruption. And I know you Zambians, you are looking for a Messiah. You are looking for a Messiah. I know you are looking for a Messiah. The other day, you were calling and I heard how much you spoke about PF. And I'm sorry to tell you today, I'm sorry to tell you tonight that PF, unfortunately, in each state, PF is very weak. PF is not a Messiah at this point. Edgar Lungu is not a Messiah at this point. Unless they change. Unless PF change, they cannot be a Messiah at the moment. I want to tell you the truth. But PF, you are weak. You are very weak at the moment. You are very weak at the moment. So you can't be the messiahs. And if you are not careful, PF is going down. PF is going down. And what I'm saying here, I even used to tell you, power. When you were in power, you were my friends. I used to run in the corridors of power. I used to come to State House. I used to go to ministries, whatever. But when things were wrong, I used to speak the same way that I'm speaking, Patiwa Maseo. It is not now that I've started speaking. I went to ministry. Kundeke house. I followed Chilufya. I went there. I don't know what. Maybe I should do the same now as Sylvia Maseo. One day nganawu kanadi nindi for kolamu. Nkamishila wa Sylvia Maseo kulafune kundeke house. Kai muleva to come to the ministry. One day ilonka wuka nindi for kolamu. Nkesa kundeke house. But I used to do that during the time of PF. Kampiongo, I used to go in spite of Palapa minutes. I used to go there. The good thing is that, he was receptive, he was understanding, and he used to work on my issues. That's what I believe in. But by UPND, I'm doing the same. You don't seem to learn. But PF, they were arrogant and they were kicked out. They were kicked out. Banjikata no kunjikata. Na imwe by UPND. That's why by PF and UPND, they are the same. They are the same. These two political parties are intolerant. They are intolerant. When you tell them the truth, even na tukata tuwabonishtwaima, kutambo kukutuka masele, they start insulting you, they start accusing you, they start maligning you. You are just the same, so intolerant. and so impervious. You are telling them, Imwe, ukumulea nafi bipefin, tukumulea nafi bipefin. You don't want to listen. By UPND, you are not listening. Just like PF was not listening. Just like PF was not listening. You are not listening. I'm not talking like this because I want you to buy me mini meal. Because I want you in any lesser unsunga. God is the one that looks after me. I don't worship anyone. No, I don't. I don't. Panona Africa panopapa timise mumbo nemfale konefi. Na lendo wamba ine. I used to move with torn clothes. I used to move barefoot. I even used to develop soles under my feet. But God himself lifted me up and brought me where I am. So I can never overlook God. I can never. And worship a politician. Never. I can do that. I can never do that. Never. Even if you have got so much money, I will never worship you. I will never worship even a rich man. I will never worship you. Never. Me, I look up to God. My God provides for me. You keep looking around. Hey, Munduvira's bought him a car. Hey, Edgar Lunga's bought him a car. Ask him, Edgar Lunga, if he bought this car. Ask Munduvira if he's the one who bought this car. Ask him. God is there, my friends. God is there. Eh? No, whatever. Wala, nani. Who is going to boast that is the one who looks after me? All of you, once a year, you mutamakofi. Because God provides for me. So I don't fear anyone. I say things as they are. But imwe, by UPND and our PF, when we tell you the truth, you start intimidating us. You start insulting us. But PF, namwamba. Busy, hey, insulting, whoa. But I'm telling you the fact. PF is going down. PF is going down. It's going down. And yet people are looking at PF. This is a fact. A number of people are looking at PF. And they are looking at PF because PF is the biggest opposition. PF has got experience. At the moment, with due respect to many other political parties, they are doing well. In the last by-elections, they did well. Bamembe did well. Citizen whatever did well. It's very good. But surely the gap is still there. The gap is still there between, the small political parties and the bigger political parties. The gap is there. The party that at the moment that is closer to UPND, it is PF. And that is why I talk about PF. Some of you with small brains, you say, hey, why don't you talk about your political party? My political party is inconsequential without the big political parties. This is the fact. Me, I'm a realist. Of course, I'm going to start building it now because of a PF Mwachiramu. So now, I think I need to start looking and start mobilizing. Because of a PF, you are not inspiring. You are not inspiring. You are trying to justify your loss. No, they lost the elections because they had a meeting. Hey, ECZ. Hey, there was violence. Hey, they chased whatever. Ngai momo alikui. When they were having meeting, what about you? What were you doing? When UPND was having meetings with whoever, ngai mo, where were you? When UPND was carrying people to go and intimidate voters, ngai mo, where were you? Why didn't you also get people to go and intimidate voters? Eh? When UPND was chasing your polling agents, what about you? Where were you? What did you do? Eh? What did you do? These excuses, I've refused them. Even UPND used to do the same. Even UPND used to do the same. And I was not agreeing with them. I was not agreeing. I don't agree with these excuses that you bring up, blaming ECZ, blaming whatever. I don't agree. I'm a politics, see. I'm a politics. Tayakwata silver line in terms of law. I'm a politics. You use everything. You use everything to win an election. Uma politics, tamawa morality. At yo, hey, it's nothing. No one, Hakainde Hichilema, we will not play fair to lose an election. They will not, UPND will not play fair for you to win an election. UPND will do everything in their powers to win an election. Everything in their powers. You did the same as well with PF. Let us not pretend here. Don't pretend like you are angels. Don't pretend that you are the most democratic political party when you are in power. No. You are also doing the same. You are taking advantage of your position in power to manipulate things and make sure you win an election. So, even when you start criticizing, when you are saying, hey, they did this, they did this. These are politics everywhere. Nakwa America fila chitika. Everywhere, I'm a politics. Tena nikanya atefya ku church. If you want straightforward things, go to church. Go to church, not my politics. My politics takwava mdala takwava. Hakainde Hichilema will do everything, including disqualifying members of parliament like Waboma, Waboma and Malanji. He disqualified them. Did you hear me talking? Did you hear me talking? I was not. Because I'm a politics mdala FYR. Even you were PF, you used to do it. Where Umuntu candidate, just before the day of nomination, Kaiza Zulu aingiram, amupela maafu, amulufya no kumulufya. It used to happen. Mwalaba. You used to do that to a PF. You follow candidate, mwamu get a pa, mwampela nempia. Some of them you are even abducting them. Mwamulufya candidate. So the Romi say mpiri bugati, hey, UPND. You must be able to galvanize yourself. Hey, they were giving money. What about you? Why were you not giving money? That's why some of us, you don't see us contesting, because we know we don't have the money. We know without money you can't win an election. You can't. Without money you can't win an election. So when you see NDC getting 3, don't think it is because the NDC they are useless. No, it is because they don't have the money. If they had the money, even NDC would do well. Inanga mwampera maafu kutuma monofo ningaba PPA shawa UPND. Ine kutuna wina my elections. If I have money so and I'm a member of parliament, I can have. And I've shown you without money. I've gotten votes. I stood as a mayor. I got votes. I came out number 3. Without money in Kawata, I had votes. So me, I'm very proud. I'm very proud of my performance without money. But ngani kwata fyama ba UPND tetwatoloke. But imwe ba PF, you went to campaign. How much money did you distribute there? How much money? Abantu balinje batubaka mbili bachiba kuno, but no amaf. Baboma and mwalire kudia, no amaf. What do you expect? At the end of the day, you are complaining. But all these things, they are happening because PF is weak. You lost that election because you are weak. Stop consoling yourself that stop it. You lost that election. If you were powerful, if you were strong, you would have won that election. Those elections. You can't lose 3 elections. As a former ruling party, 1 year, 7 months, you are losing 3 seats. 3 seats. And you want to accuse the ruling party. As if you don't know how politics are played. But this is where we have to come out and tell the truth. At Pakwa Kanovungata Pavansoni. We are talking about national matters here. We're not talking about friendship. We're not talking about shan. We are talking about national matters. Why is PF weak? Vanjerele kwa pongo shvandiwa Edgalungu. Vanjerele, I have got so much respect for you and I love you so much. But Valungu, you are causing this problem. Valungu, you are causing this problem. And Sata, wherever he's sleeping, he's standing in the grave. He left you this party to rule. He left you this party when it was in power. He didn't leave you this party when it was in opposition. He left you this party. It was in power. It was in power. PF was in power. 3 years down the line, SATA fought very hard to bring PF into power. I saw Mishila party ilimu power. Imomo aisa ilushisha. You make the party lose. You are the leader. You are the president. Even now, you are the president. Let us not pretend here. Let us stop it. You are the president. You are the one that SATA left. You are messing up PF. You are messing up PF. I saw some people are saying, no, we shouldn't go for convention because. Which party have you seen succeeding without a president? Which party have you seen? You should understand these things, and you know politics better than me. I'm young in politics. But look at all the political parties. The political parties are identified by the figurehead. The political parties are identified by the figurehead. Panonga Narandati, Socialist Party, some of you won't know. But in Ganarandati Party, our member, you understand better. Wakambwidi, you know, forming NDC. It was party of Wakambwidi. Up to now, what NDC, we think of Wakambwidi. Citizen Party, when you think about Citizen Party, when you think of Kalava, you think of Citizen Party. It is the figurehead first. Upnd, it's Hakainde Hichilema. When you are talking about a political party, most of the times we don't mention the name of a political party. We mention the leader. Even in America, when you are talking about the Republican, you don't talk about the Republicans. You talk about Donald Trump. When you talk about the Democrats, you talk about Bin Laden, Joe Biden. That is how political parties are identified. Economic and Equity Party. Nangumulanda Chitakuliyama members. But Economic and Equity Party is there. As long as Chilufya Tayali is there, Economic and Equity Party is there. That's why I don't bother. Hey, who is your SG? Who is your whatever? It matters less, Mdala. It matters less. It matters less. As long as the figurehead is there, the party is there. I will go in a meeting and I will stand up and they will say, EEP was present. They don't say, oh, EEP, how many members? Stand up. They don't say that. When you go to TV to talk, when you are talking, Economic and Equity Party president, the party is there. Economic and Equity Party, it's there. That party is there. Because Chilufya Tayali is here, the president. Is here. It doesn't matter. Hey, SG, hey, whatever. It doesn't matter. In the minds of the people, as long as the president is there, the leader is there, the party is there. By PF, through and through, when SATA was there, PF was there. PF was SATA. Number SATA Lifwa, who is replacing it? Who is replacing it? Person number, who is replacing it? Who are we? Who are people going to identify PF with? Because people need to identify a party with an individual. That is what it is psychologically, political psychology. They will tell you this. People identify a party by the leader. It is not by the ideology. It is not about the manifesto. Some of you ask me, hey, what is your manifesto? I don't even waste my time to respond. I don't. What is your ideology? I don't. Because some of you, you want to show that you are educated and you come to me, hey, what is your ideology? Those things don't bother me. Not that they are not there. They are there. But there come a time when you are supposed to articulate that. Not a particular my elections. Hey, our ideology. Nothing. I just have to be there. I just have to be here and tell you, Bwana, I'm the president of that party. And if I want an SG, na mairo kuti nasonta. Na panopera ushi so kuti nasonta. I can appoint one. Panopera sondi kuti nasonta. If we have the support, that's it. Yeah, even KBF, for example, KBF. KBF. Frankly speaking, I'm trying to remember the name of the political party yakwa Giyaba KBF. But you know, I know KBF is a president. That is what happens. So Imwa PF, where are you getting this notion that no, PF can survive without a president? Where are you getting this notion? Where now you want to postpone? No, let's not go for convention. We will go for the convention later. Who is leading PF? Who is leading PF? Because Vahedi Galungu is the president. But let's face it. Vahedi Galungu, Katwishinga Mwenso is not there. Is not there. PF doesn't have a leader now. And some of you are saying, no, Mukaye Kuliba Lungu, Shan. Never kumieva. Me, I've been there. I've been there. But Balungu is just not moving. Balungu is just not moving. I don't know what it will take for Balungu to move. Even this nonsense that is happening, if you are Mao Zampa, it is because of Balungu. If Balungu can come out and stamp his authority to say, hello, I'm the president here. PF is being taken to court at Tawakwata president, and yet Balungu Naveka na Munganda. Does that make sense to you? Mao Zampa has taken PF to court saying Tawakwata president, but Balungu Bali Munganda. And that when it comes to national matters, it doesn't matter. It's not about the relationship that you have. It is not about the affinity that you have. You need to be serious. You need to be patriotic. What I'm doing here, I'm being patriotic. I'm not saying that I've turned against Balungu. No, I still love him. And I will still defend him. I'll still be there. I'll be there to defend him. But as far as PF is concerned at the moment, he's not helping PF. He's not helping PF. And even you, Banani Kaneva Central Committee, why are you there, Central Committee? Why are you there, Central Committee? You have got powers to go and face Balungu. To go and face Balungu to say, either come out or let go of this thing. And you can't say, no, it's not Balungu. No, Balungu is holding on to it. I'm telling you this. I'm not going to pretend. Balungu is holding on to this. Because if Balungu doesn't want it, he can call for a convention even tomorrow. He can make sure that he hands it over. But he's holding on to it. Balungu is being an impediment to PF. I'm sorry to tell this. He's being an impediment to PF. As long as he's still holding on to it, PF will sink, PF will go down. And that's what you members should know. Imamama members, you should know. As long as Balungu is holding on to it, PF is going down. I'm not saying this because at Chanashan, in an injection, Balungu na veshima no kuishiba. Even Balungu na veshima, where I stand. Come on, you can't, it can't go on like this. You can't go on like this. You can't go on like this. And unfortunately, when you say the truth like this, this is why I say, Ababantu they are the same. But you PNT na PF, bamobe. So if in there and if so, ha, muampata no kumpata na mumpata muampata. Ninji shivat mualampata. I knew. Before I came to talk here, I knew that was PF valampata. But you know what? If I'm there, fishing. And if I'm there, fishing, and one day you will remember me. Because already I lose some elections. But things are getting bad. Things are getting bad. I want you to know this. Things are getting bad. When PF is finished, Hakainde Hichilema, Akamichita Kantu. Hakainde Hichilema, Akamichita Kantu ndenieva. Akamichita Kantu. Whilst you are busy, nursing each other, massaging each other, busy, jogging, Ela imwewe ni mwewe aku jogging. I know, Mulalanda, you talk about this. Me, I've got the courage to say it before a camera. Me, I've got courage to say it. But a lot of you talk about these things kumbali. Mwamu kolu chelo, mwamna mku jogging mku jogging. Even somebody called me, but Tayali mkese ku jogging pa Saturday. Narika, and at me, I don't jog with hypocrites. Narika, and somebody called me this weekend. No, Tayali, you should come for jogging. I said, no, I will not come. Me, I don't associate with hypocrites. A lot of you, about jogging, you are hypocrites. You are busy kumbali saying things against Edgar Lungu. You are busy criticizing Edgar Lungu for holding on to power. You are busy. You say it. I can mention one by one. But you are busy talking about him. But pasate de mwaya, mule jogging and not jogging. Hey, mwai someone on a tea. You are hypocrites. You are hypocrites. Be honest. Don't pretend. Tell Walungu the truth. Tell him what you say, Kumbali. Tell him. Tell him that you feel that he is closing up. Mulalanda, Walungu na weka tiroku, na weka tanem pia, shabana shan. You are frustrated. Some of you are frustrated because Lungu is not giving you money. And you have been saying it to people. You have been saying it to people. Edgar Lungu tapera nempia. Edgar Lungu tapera nempia. Echo mwira kuliat wale mpere mpia. Tabami pere mwambo kula ilishani. And some of you are expecting money from Edgar Lungu. No manakena kamdala kari changera. You are going there, you are keeping Edgar Lungu. You don't want to tell him the truth because you want to be getting to tungwe. That's why you are not telling him the truth. Tell him the truth. Even the issue of money will be unlocked. I'm telling you, PF doesn't have money because he doesn't have a leader. When you have a leader, you will have people that will give you money. You are a big party. You are not a small party like us. You are a big party. You have got funders. You have got businessmen that you helped. There are some people that you helped when you were in power. You helped them. And if there is a leader, that leader can be able to approach them to say, hey, iwe, tualiko afako when you were in power. Tupereko, 100B. Hey, iwe, hey, ifan, tupereko, katushinga ni 1 million, tupereko. Hey, iwe, shan. But because there is no leader, you don't have money. And you are busy. Na mwikadida. Mulekadida Edgar Lungu kwa tinimbabula mule onda. Atilimbishala puna. After shakano kupona, you complain. Let Edgar Lungu come out of it. Because frankly speaking, it's not that don't get me wrong. I'm not saying this to campaign for Mundubiri. I'm not saying this to campaign for Mundubiri. I'm saying this for the sake of all of us. When PF goes down, all of us will be in trouble. Right now, Ndamieva in Shifisa, right now I'm in court. I've got 4 cases. These 4 cases, I'm being helped by PF. The sureties are PF. But when PF is not there, how am I going to get that legal representation in? When PF is not there, how am I going to get those sureties in? You see that? Even you are surviving because PF is there. But when PF will be finished, Hakainde Hichilema will fix us. Hakainde Hichilema will fix us. So the area you sort out the mess in PF, you stop messing around, the better. The better. Hakainde Hichilema is consolidating himself right now. Have you seen how Hakainde Hichilema is consolidating himself? Let's start with the 3 arms of government. Look at the 3 arms of government. Look at parliament, the legislature. Kulikada, vamaewan vaneri muti niwa kada, niwa UPND. Va deputy niwa UPND. Uyina na moyo iwaisa vika po chimu chimoyo nacho. Nacho chana ni chimbi fe chimdalachi. Chimbi fe chimuntuchiga. Nichi kada chada luka, nichi independent but chada luka nichi kada chimoyo. Achani nati, what is his name? moyo shani huko nichikada chaja lukabe chimbiti but if vantu vyao kuna fienevi mailo vakatuikatati yo hate speech mwalichiramo na imwe wakuna nikani aba uku kuchipatoko yo mwalichiramo ngamwaingira nishi mwaingira mwalichiramo bumuzungani konde chira chimoyo chire bumuzungani konde too much nichi independent but chire cha bumuzungani konde bad legislature is gone. Even the clerk was removed. People who are coming to parliament, from there, Mwafumakula legislature. Mwe ku judiciary. Go to judiciary. Judiciary, nato. Did you see that at judge deployment? Did you see? Have you seen that list of judge deployment? Mwali mwana ma judges ofu babachitire ku Concord muka yako Concord wakwata election petition muka yako Concord kuti wa wina kuje Hakainde Hichilema is putting himself there. He's putting himself there. Go to ECZ. Go to ECZ. Na afya na mwana banan kana ba chair wa ECZ. Oh. So what is going to as you are doing that, HH is doing all these things. So you have nowhere to go. You have nowhere to go. Now we mule jogging. Upnd is doing currently, they are doing continuous registration, voter registration. They are doing NRCs. They are doing voter registration. How are you going to win 2026? You think Vaed Galungu can win? You think Vaed Galungu can win before HH? Have you see, power, government departments, and there is no one to challenge him because we don't have a strong opposition. We don't have a strong opposition. PF is busy, bale jogging. Whilst Hakainde Hichilema is consolidating his power. By the time Mkesa Mkula Ebatu Uyewala president Nanguniva Alungu Vene, he can't win. Then you have chinga. Take over Pata Walungu, then he can't win. Because Hakainde Hichilema is consolidating himself. Everywhere he's consolidating himself. And the longer you keep on jogging and not challenging him, the government or the government department, he will just be calling shots. He will just be calling shots. 2026, you will even be lucky to have a president. Because it is very possible that 2026, it is very possible. He can do it. He can do it. It is very possible, and that is where Hakainde Hichilema is going. Hakainde Hichilema is making sure that he consolidates 2026. They are doing voter registrations. What are you doing about it? Did you even know about it? How are you going to counter? Is there anyone in PF that is looking at that? No one. Because there is no leadership. There is no leadership. And apart from that, Hakainde Hichilema is not weak like Vaed Galungu. Vaed Galungu was weak, sorry to say. Vaed Galungu was weak. He was weak, but HH is not weak. HH ngarefwa kutaenda na kufuma kuku community house. He can walk to come to my house. That is HH. HH, he can walk if he really sees that I am posing a serious danger. He's got a character who can walk. He's a character that will walk from community house to come to my house. Now, if I am also a scared person, I know he's capable of doing that. You have seen how he has sent his police officers. He sent his police officers here. They broke the gate. Ama lawyers, vaesha. They broke the gate until they fished me out. Ngomulonge. They came and fished me out in Gomulengo Munankan. Like a fish. They fished me out. In spite of lawyers coming here, what, nothing. Va innocent pili bese kona camera ya babereshe vaikata balonga. This is Hakainde Hichilema. These things never used to happen in PF. Vahedi Kalungu was not doing that. But Hakainde Hichilema is able to do that. He's able to do that. So you think a person who can wrestle power from Hakainde Hichilema can be somebody that is getting scared. Have you seen Edgar Lungu going back to church? Have you seen Edgar Lungu going back to church? Hakainde Hichilema spoke once and Edgar Lungu goes back into the house. Eh? Even na jogging, you think you think he can wrestle power from Edgar Lungu, from Hakainde Hichilema like that? I mean, look at, I'm being realistic. I'm telling you the truth. Eh? I'm telling you the truth. Hakainde Hichilema was doing all sorts of things when he was in opposition. But Edgar Lungu was not touching him. Was not touching him. Treason mulanda poidia. I mean, it's nothing. But even look at it, where did it end? If Edgar Lungu was tough, he would have said, okay, not treason, but let's bring in a traffic offense. But now, Edgar Lungu left it, and they are even getting compensated. Even people who were involved, they are even getting compensated before others are even compensated. Hakainde Hichilema, I don't talk because I don't know the man I'm dealing with. I know that Hakainde Hichilema is ruthless. Yes, I'm telling you, Hakainde Hichilema is ruthless. Hakainde Hichilema who no apaso andore shafat uyuchikambo yushenka mchitashani oyo. I know, but look, I have given myself. I'm ready to die for what I believe. I'm ready to die for my country. Unless you are ready to die, you can't fight HH. If you are going to be scared of going to prison, you can't win power from HH. Even you must be tough. You must be ready to go to jail. If you are scared to go to jail, you will never get it. You will never get it. Kuri HH. So balungu. I mean, I also wanted him, I wanted him to come back. But after interacting with him and and seeing all these things, I wouldn't even advise anyone. To trust me, I wouldn't. He can gather all these people and whatever. But yeah, Hakainde Hichilema will just come and put it off like with a fire extinguisher. He will just come and put it off straight. You need somebody with a character. Somebody that can look into the eyes of Hakainde Hichilema and say, Techalo chovech, techalo chavawiso, chalo chesuwonse. That is what you need. You need a guy that can look into his face and say, Iwe, techalo chove, techalo chavawiso, chalo chesuwonse. That is a character that you need. Only a person that can face Hakainde Hichilema. A person that is ready to go to jail. A person that is ready to die. And in a maaf. If I had the maaf, yes. Because you need a maaf. You need a maaf. If you don't have money, even if you have the courage, so hey, why don't you put yourself there? Why don't you put yourself? I measure. I may have the courage. I may have the political ingenuity. But I don't have the money. Because ngawanji katawamposa mchifungo. Nishipapo pafita. You people, you follow me like this. Hey, we are with you. Hey, we are behind you. Hey, we are behind you. Hey, put your mobile money so that we can contribute money. Nishinga mwavikapo. Nishinga mchita contribute. Some people are even insulting me. Hey, you have gotten money. That's why you went to Ethiopia. Because people have contributed. Do you know how much a ticket is? Do you know how much contributions I have? Eh? The total contribution, Tramuvika Pomavika Poyavika Poka 400, you got 200, you got 50 kwacha, you got 20 kwacha. Not that I'm not appreciating, but I want to tell you that it's not enough. contribution palamwanje belate ukabikana nikani contribution total that I've received from utuma ngwe I've gotten so far about 14,600. Of that 14,000, 8,000 came from 4 individuals. 4 individuals, I can't mention them, but 4 individuals, 8,000 block. Utuma contribution tratumbi muvika. Eto Africa about 6,600. I appreciate your 20 kwacha you. I appreciate. But 6 ndara, you can't even hire a lawyer. You can't. You can't even hire a lawyer. So that is a challenge that I have. But PF is able to mobilize those resources. If they have a leader that is charismatic, a leader that has got character, they are able to raise those resources. They are able to raise those resources. They have got friends who they have helped, who have got money, who can help. But no, hey, Balungu, nawe nefe balalande anyway. Even himself says it. And surely, frankly speaking, even before Balungu, did you hear Balungu? Ma politics, krikiti, ukula kangana na bantu. Did you hear Balungu? Even when Sata was there, did you hear Balungu in a confrontation? It's not his character. He won 2015 election and 2016 election because PF was in power. Let us not cheat ourselves here. He won those elections because PF was in power. Now, this time around, getting power from Hakainde Hichilema. Hey, we are not Pakwangalapo. Apa. Hakainde Hichilema is ruthless. Hakainde Hichilema is a dictator. He's not going to hand over power just like that. Nedi akalusa Hakainde Hichilema will not hand over power kwa timba lungu. Baba chitana boo. Nothing. So, let's be real here. Let's be real. Even Mundubile we name. I support Mundubile. Even Mundubile. Whoever is going to take over. Bamumlandati bakambwidi. Bakambwidi mwaliweshwa wino hii. Mwaliweshwa wino bakambwidi. Teti wakwanishe. Nanguveni wa GBM. Teti wakwanishe. You need somebody that is proper, energetic. Proper with courage. Wino. Uwako sa wino. Hakainde Hichilema is a boo. That is a Tonga boom, dal. When you are getting power from a Tonga boo, you don't go, you know, and you are going to get power. So, PF, wake up. The way forward, I'll come and talk about the way forward later. For now, I'm going to open phone calls so that Naima Mulandeko. Basuvya mazovesha batu machafa batumine but anala walikafi. Naima Mulandeko, you can call on WhatsApp. The number that you are calling is 0763 302207. On WhatsApp, you can call 0763 302207. Hello?
Hello, good evening, President Tayali.
Good evening, sir.
Today you're on fire. All right. Mark, I'm actually calling you from Florida.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, I agree with most of your observations, especially regarding HH or UPND. One thing I know for sure that this ended by elections were not free and fair in the first place. That we know, okay? Because these elections were important. They needed to paint a picture that they were still popular and PF is nowhere. One sad part I want to agree with you is how, PF still believe that they can deal with UPND instability. Okay? This is a political party that is ruthless. just like you put it. It's not a party that is willing to recognize anything opposing them.
No.
So to deal with people like this needs people that are willing, just like you put it, to die a little. You know, people that are fearless, people that are going to go to him and tell him, this is wrong, we are not taking it. I've seen the way the, PFMPs have been treated in parliament. That's not how UPND members of parliament used to be treated. They used to be vocal. They would tell the speaker, allow us to speak, and they would.
Yes.
But this time, they are just being told, shut up, and they'll sit. And I've been wondering to say, if this is the kind of politics, Africa is different from these other countries. To be in politics in Africa, what I'm actually seeing in HH right now is the way Kagame is. That's the kind of a president we have.
Yeah.
That's the kind of president we have. And he's really strategizing very, very well, and he's getting it. All the departments have been filled by people that are going to stand and support him. I was so surprised to see the ECZ, who is this ECZ person, go to a mayor by-election, local government by-election. To do what?
Yeah. Thank you, my brother. Thank you. Hello? 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 Yes, please. You are very faint. Hello? Please go ahead. You are very low. Please try to speak close. I don't know how, but you are very low. We can hardly hear you.
Okay, I'm trying to say, I'm trying to focus on national matters which are brought up, which are very important to the nation, especially on the areas of our PF. The last time in raising issues that we benefit the matter. PF, as a major political party in the country, is to act and actively receive sort of the convention.
Sorry, I can't. We are struggling to hear that. Hello? Hello?
Good evening, Mr.
Good evening.
Good evening. Muntu wandi ilili ashiri abalungu ili nabalanda patu balungu okuwela. Ninshita beshirefe na balungu walelanda. Because balungu in the first place, ile okwali bupiani pali basata. Bali worship na instrument of power. E character yabo bali nakaba baba wiki. Benyo atingani abamdala abantu banani bakabimba bali pala ngabalettiranda over instrument of power pali. Amaletto njani twakwete nombalino. Thing if you take pali ama election kungu alifine kulia ku mashari kuma province ko mwali mfira ati ama representatives babo bonse batamfya. My grounds are quite from a petition, good yabo, but he just Sunday do about just like that. Every that Balunga were Balais about the minute and none. Hakainde Nangubalai. Let's when I want to Silefia and Reku to a Kurequal and Walela that Dinoku stand over power to myself. And when I come back, I will come and lock you up. And this time you will die in prison. Now I'm here. Now I am here. No money pano. Ngana temwase pate bali abashikuru bali bamdala bali balande fe bali abonse bali bakolongana bali barafuna kupanga position iri bwino balande fe kenture yano umuntu eshibikoyo wine president ino insta not if atmosfia kwambana yo charisma yo shani yo alistashani basonte fe umuntu yo wine bo bambi ukana ati bali wawa kwata beshi umuntu bali imana Hakainde
natotela Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Yes, please.
Hello, Mr. Tayali. Good evening.
Good evening.
Hello?
Yes, yes.
Hello?
Hello? Hello?
Yes, Mr. President.
Yes, yes, sir.
Hello.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. Mwa mbashani.
Wina femkwai.
Mkwai. Nya chafu kulanda kupalu bali lwa PF. Kwena Mr. President afa mlelanda filifinti suma sana. Pamulando na wakateta weso wa lungu. Ukwisa pabweru kulanda ichinga. Pamulando na PF. Pantu irafele bwera panshi. Lelo bena bali fezi tabalifu kulanda pochiri chonse. Echo ningalomba ko chagwe wati wakateka weso kuti mwaita abantu bonse ukwambira kuri wa GBM bachimaka mwiri na bastampa ukubeka likapansho kupanga ikintu kimwe nani convention bakaye convention bakasala omuntu akobati ambe okutungula ekyongano kitawelele omukyali bantu ifwe tukiri twalite mu kirongano nokushitana kuri lero eta tulifwe okobati chikona ike Sika ife mumeshi ndefafide mlelanda andi ndiwansansa sana apafe mlelanda nintemwa sana lero ndelomba kusha kwebati sendena abantu bonse awo balelwile echipani batekeni panshi ngakuita balungu ngakuita bonse ama-parties member bakekale panshi bakalanshanye buno bwino emashu nachikwata mkwai
Natotela. Hello?
Hello?
Yes, please.
Wombele wa president wesu.
Mkwai.
Mkwai. Lero nashuka nalanda koneno. President ena tontonganya sokulubali lwandi katishinga mure chimona shani. Sisi mu PF mu abakwete kofi abale monika sabata kwete badze ko tiniba plan mundubire. Nomba aba plan mundubire twisibenga na bakwata ko voicing ngeimwa kwata. So ine na tontonganya ko bati ushe timubene mulande na bena bala bantu so ati mwimine pole mwebene. Tamo kusapota imwebene because so far that twisi yoko tinera.
Kuti basumina. Tete basumina.
Ala kuti bakanye.
Isenfe mjoine.
Bantu Ebo twakwata ni bakambwiri bama ofisa mpana ba GBM no bala bantu bali kwata badire koda banteto basali nango febenge mina shanteti abata kwetse badire kodi ba mundu bili ampana twisi benga na kwata ko voice ngai mukwete nango twisi benga bakosa nge fimo mwakosa
tukawakosha
awe mukala ndeko na bena twa papa
Natotela. Hello?
Hello?
Hello? Hello? Hello? Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Yes, please.
Wataji go be uchikulonde tumina.
Okay.
Nini chief.
Please go ahead.
Ucha number 1 twatotera bafe umugeta. At least not what abakuturangira ko. Nomba wa PF mureranda babasti advise sana especially bakambwe na ba GBM. Utungurushi wabo tapadi uko bakayanga tako bati ba gwira sana ko bati ba president in PF yafu kozi bena mashina yabo yali kubana ile fwa ko muntu ukwetation eri chuma kwati mulimwe nefiri ba winta kabimba ko bati batako ma criminal charges ali yonse eba defwa ika so katako bati bali ko na PF bakonka nyepo vile bali mwisho ko bati ba president Because when I go president, PF we can go president kuma election ngaba pwala sana. So mukose poku bewa kwato kwiruka batontonka nyebebira ku president babiri abantu bacharo cha Zambia cyo bari kabiro kwe bati babafu. Ofuna cyo bati ndande ko cyo fina totera.
Emkwa na totera. Hello?
Hello?
Yes, please.
Mr. President, mwa bombe mkwa.
Emkwa mwa bombe.
Mkwa. Awe so mwalanda fishinka MPF we need a leader. Nomba baba mundu bena mpuriba supporta na bena bamafundenga balungu tababa wiki. Sale ngati babe wiki bali issue efunde balungu. Echale ngano mana ba mundu bena na bena ni balo ya bali issue efunde. Elo taturefwa ko na lindo mukaka. Ifo fwe bena zanje ko bali umfo ubukali. Eti mumutumbika no kumutumbika batari tukachita social power from him. Finate fetu ampedi amaka ofo tukapora no kupokolola. Pafwenso fukalu amaka yena tukapoka. Tavi akashupeno kushupa tukafidira munze ngati mwana wakapale ifwe. Amaka yena tukapokolola. Tatwa mutumbika no kumutumbika tukapokolola shani. Ni ifo fwe bena Zambia fo wabika mubuchushi. Fwe bale umfa the paying and Americans bale sekere na abasungu ama businessmen banankwe. Wachuna sana kusagana kupoka amaka kuli Hakainde Hichilema. Awe na imwe twalipokera kuli bakaunda abafyashi besu balipokera amaka kuli bakaunda na kuli Hakainde wine tukapoka. Tatwa mutumbike no kumutumbika. Awe tatwa mutumbike ba PF change kwatete twisho twala indana yena. Ifo tulefu apa grassroots. Not by intimidated for my elections to rate Ambafi. We need also to apply some formulas.
Exactly.
We know that they have analyzed their financial muscles, but we need to organize ourselves. We are not sure of people can support the PF financially. Everybody, just that we don't have a leader. So we need a leader. We saka mana batari amaka tukapokola kuli Hakainde. Pafwenzo fukalu amaka ina tukapokolola.
Okay. Thank you. Hello? 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 Hello?
Hello, Mr. Tayali, how are you?
Fine, thank you.
Good. Oh, okay, that's good. Mr. Tayali, banani aba Upnd aba. Upnd Mr. Tayali, Orochavashan, come 2026. But PF wakawekerapo. You know what it is, Mr. Tayali? These guys, they are trying all means to get power. You see? If you look at this election, my by-election, did you see those forms? If you checked those forms, why the police are signing a coparia? Why is that media? But PF, they didn't sign there. You know, what is that? Meaning that tabalipo, bali bafumyapo. Bali bafumyapo, bali afe, beka kuya mkusaina. They did what they wanted to do. That was a strategy. They wanted to show people to say that no, PF is finished. Let's put PF in number 4. That was a strategy that they made those guys. Me, I don't believe those elections. I don't. You see, PF wali win my election area. Those guys, they just stole the elections and they said no, let's sign police officer. Assign an signer. What?
Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Hello?
Yes, Mr. Tan.
Yes, sir. Wino femkwa. Mwakwanisha. Alen London.
Mwakwanisha kaira chamba. Okay, then defa fogona sepayo walungu. Walungu ewa itatamaka ya PF. So walungu ngatetwa control PF. That's a prelusion of Savamona. Because the UPF that people take it down from Murupa, So I want to vote the issue of it's better along the Wasson to Mundo or Wing of so Timo Tayali. Mama go to show you. Never in another video, Mr. Tayali.
Not to Teramwana. Hello? Hello? Hello?
Tayali.
Mkwa.
Hello, Mr. Tayali.
Yes, sir.
Tayali. Mawombeni, Mr. President.
Mkwa mawombeni.
Mkwa. Tayali, umwenso wakufumia pova HH tapali hapa. Unless abashali koro unipi twayifumishepo. Fatwali sampino unga muna 1982 twayinyarayo tikurokitwe kuno. Kwali movement for change bakaunda alisala ndaitwala ku referendum. Bayishire mbona pressure bayishire sumina fati na tuye direct kuma election. Naba HH tukesa batina shani. Lero na chibelenga clip ya kwa uyu Slavwe. Alela ndati tufuye bonse ba opposition tufiro kwisaba pamo tufiro kuba pamo tufiro kwa ba summit yaba opposition bonse countrywide kwa president na chibelenga clip ya kwa CR1 alela ndapari revolution ya aba mucharo mu myezi 2025 towards 2026 unless ababene bayufyaba abashaliko before 2091 abashaliko fyale chitika eba kweto mwezo kwati ba HH bafumepo otherwise Mr. President ichili prophet kankala kwikatara bakaunda bali kwete powerful institution yali yabakeke bati bali safuma ndale twasaka manashani. Mr. President, let these people be more organized, very organized. If you know about PF, but if you have a lungu kuba leadership, forget. Walishwa by lungu by sambirila lo. Umuntu wa sambirila lo tafidi abombo ukutila paliro ya ishwa. Awa HH abaniba businessman, ma capitalist, bafwa capital. Babomba nayo. So why can you bombe temu ya bonga isalemi kirashika putuka ukala fire abantu wewe Mr. President
yo twa mfana totera
ishikankala sana kuikatana fyapa ngofine muleva
na totera. Hello.
Yes, Mr. President.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes. Please go ahead.
Yes, Mr.
Yes, Mr. Tayali.
Yes.
Maomba shani mwaka.
Buna femkwa.
Mpa wino tulete mina pachingora pa.
Pachingora Mr. Tayali.
Okay.
No, la tramium fotra mikunga. So ero to ashika gasi na evore ero tsire to amium fuamo fe tumitashi eko vyata amure panga bantu.
Okay.
Yo
Mr. Tayali pachinu.
Pati paga fermo fermo banga panga ma branches. Pantu mo ve mwe bari kwa.
Iko ari mtemo holo abengi fe.
Ai ba PF ati eru mamo
ese mona kokulu.
Bari ruira kaso to ara bika fika shimo bene PF ya rishi kwa kwa mpia. Mo bene mbi wa president wa PF. Kai PF ya kwa taka mpia. Batari na mungu.
Bagai na
Wachura kubari mubufi.
Twachura no bufya pa bantu aina mana kutabata ntamira basenta sekunota bakoganoko. Bapenta chari diva vya bantu mutaoni bapiba vipanta tabari fuleni ubunga wena panomba patuma teni keji vya okuberera natuberera mateni keji
Shire kuvera wamti warande kove Mr. President mkonganye pove kupachingura pano umwera twari nyero tavaka bwekere pobala bachitire filani bakanzira vebali abashire chitavira twari twari bamona balia barata bafitamona mu town baratsina abantu barongwensonya abantu insala kwabensala kuno
so ngana
president todogweza abo ne abantu ari kongere cheshirimo
iche chidorine basankumonero dakatwishi
kama contract ya mano zona
abantu
amachimbo
barechu
guy
bakagura equipment tabakwata ko
butkesi emuntu amafinga barishirwa bakapere shabera chingura fikanshabeni bare ikontorwira kaibera barishirwa bakafunye kufiba police barasaba ichibare bakambebe kubene kubeture chikontorora fikanshi kabarishirwa
okay guy na tote hello
Hello, good evening, Mr. Tad.
Good evening. Hi, how are you?
I'm well, thank you. How are you today?
I'm okay.
Yes, just a little contribution. Another call. We support your call towards the health minister. She needs to do the right thing. She shouldn't allow emotions when it comes to life and death. She has to do the right thing. She's the boss. She's the minister. Yes, it could be messy when she took it up, but that is not the reason to lose it. She needs to show responsibility. She needs to show responsibility. She needs to respond according to how desperate people. She should not go into attacking the people that are speaking on behalf of those that are weak. What she must do is to get up and show us that she's got a roadmap and she'll respond. Despite she shouldn't show us how burning her house is. That reaction on that video going round just shows her that her house is not in place. So, Madam Health Minister, do the right thing. And then regarding the Patriotic Front, it is right, and I would like to believe that former President Edgar Lungu is done with presidents. It would be very shocking if he comes back. However, it would be right for you to say, I would like to emphasize this, and with another previous caller who said, it is not impossible to get rid of the current government. The current government should feel comfortable if they are doing the right thing for the people of Zambia. The people that have got the mandate. So if they are not performing well, they will definitely go in 2026. It looks very bleak right now. The only hope is the current government, as long as the opposition are not united. And thumbs up to Jackson Silava, who says we must unite. And that is the right way to go, especially when things look as they are today. If this thing continues, what the UPND are going to do, believe you me, in a year or two, we're going to be sitting and be talking. They're going to do something to make people forget about what is happening now so they can return power in 2026. So it's about time the opposition get together, get to work if they want to get rid of the UPND. UPND, however, should not worry. If they are going to perform for the Zambian people, that is a vote already. Nobody should take power for granted. Nobody should take people for granted.
Thank you.
And by the way, just one last line. One last thing that we need to do is to start educating people why they are voting for these leaders. We cannot be talking about politics day in, day out. At some point, we need to know that we did a good thing and these leaders are going to deliver for us. So Zambians, get up, do it, demand it, and let the people deliver for you. Thank you very much, Mr. Tayali.
Thank you. Hello? Hello?
Hello, what time?
Mkwa.
Mwalinda shani kana wesa.
Wina fe mkwa.
Mkwa. Au kwena kana alisisi mchaile kumkwa. Na ifo tulifu mwana background, mwe? Otherwise, umuntu wakupokolola echi bakamba. Alefu aiko umuntu katontana na nkweli nsopali nso bakamba. Wote aba balipo aba bakamba awe. Unless you feel tule mwana kwa mundu bile fwe tule mwana fa timbi eva kwete ko feria courage. Otherwise won't abanga waloresha bene mao sampa wachitakuwa teach panili mbi ufumu wako piana.
Mwafia. Chaba yama.
They feel more entitled than other people who take over Japan. Which is wrong. Abantu ngabo mona tinifo abantu watemati abantu abateti bakwanisha otule mona otufire twa backup. Because honestly speaking, the wakambwiri wa GBM wa mao sampa wakamba tete fiwombe kula bakofi. Ngewe ngesa pofi pachipuna cha PF hapa uswewe twala bako yakuri finga chitika bufi. Otherwise opu hapa ni mundu birefe otule munafi. He looks very courageous. Because nama tactics warecha abakamba kwati iwa cha ile kunanyu uyali kukabwata ile uyo bawinile batayengwa ile bakamba. Uku bango tuma kinani kane monitoring groups watutana credit wakamba watutana monitor my election. Meanwhile all those groups were just UPND. Ema games walete yaya. Leo ingesa kwanja 2026 kulile wa McDonald chipenzi kuisiZ. How cool about
Thank you. Hello?
Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Yes. Can I also contribute some?
Please go ahead.
All right. My view, Mr. President, is on a different notice. My view is that what if at all, in as much as we are criticizing the government to say there are errors in the sector, there are errors in this sector, let's look at how President Michael Sat used to approach issues with the President Manawas. He would go and see the president. He would go and confront him. When I was do this and this and this, instead of just criticizing without offering solutions. At the end of the day, we have one country which both you and the EF that want to be in power, they want to save the same people. We belong to the same community. So why don't we empower each other with not just criticism, but also solutions on how to handle issues? Because this is, for you who has even interacted with the PF that were in government, me, I would personally say you are in government. You know the issues that you are living, how they were also struggling to address some of the issues. And we didn't criticize them to say, no, but when you are with them, you didn't see how much efforts they were making. So instead of even just aiming at politicking everything, why don't we also come out with answers like they were in the case of Madam Asef? Why don't you give us the best way or routines of how to address the issues, or whichever ministry how to, as we also criticizing? Don't you think that is the right way, or isn't it the best way that would just not only bring about politics, but also bring the best interest of both the Zambians and also you as the key players who want to be in those higher offices? Because at the end of the day, if you want to get to Shiva, Mr. Chapter, bantu bamoveni abo mlekese ekwewa atwa PF nangu PNT nangu ba unity ngabafu mapo baraba kesa mbota kesa isabandi no ni bantu bamoveni wamona. So even if you criticize today, after you come in power, so if you're providing results or if you're providing solutions, it will even be easy to say, okay, we want to organize and for real, if you think
okay, Mwana, thank you. I've gotten your point. Thank you. Let me also take others. Hello?
Hello?
Yes, please.
Mr. Tayali?
Yes, sir.
How are you?
Fine, thank you.
Okay, cheers. Actually, I want to comment on the statement Yaba Minister Ila Pela.
I think Iwachibako, I don't want to say a little bit petty, because she should have just restricted herself to respond to the issues you've raised. But Vacha comment concentrate on being husbands.
Yes.
You know? I've never heard you comment about I've never heard you go person on these issues. You just raise issues as they are. Produce the evidence. We see it. I think she should also have restricted herself to in every area. Not if you if you're my husband, if you're my son. This is outside. Those are our issues. Okay, Wakamba. Cheers.
Thank you. Hello?
You comment about
Hello? Hello? Hello?
On these issues. Hello?
Hello? Please stay away from whatever gadgets you are listening from. It's difficult for us to hear you. Hello?
Hello? Hello?
Yes, please, go ahead. Hello? 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 Hello?
Hello?
Yes, please.
Hello?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah, I'm Richard Mkwai Batari West.
We don't win from Kwai.
Mkalambwani chakubala ponde kutasha pan story umba intu ikankala sana.
Natotela.
Chonala konga minapo sana ni pali PF presidency. Batari ba mundu bile kosenipo. Mundu bile fe mundu otule muno kutela ti kuchaimini na po wino no kwimina na HH mumenzo na mmenzo. Mwamu ya bambia bebe minini aba. Bafunda ula benshi ya PF leka. Baifunda ula bene beko koko na ula PF. So mundu bile yo kwete ufatisi leko dia kutela tendai mini na po. Na kwata voice, na kwata intelligence, wisdom na kwata. What you just need is encouragement like from yourself. So mundu bile ale moneka kutelati kuti aiminina. So wangu ba PF lekeleko. Bapere wangu basonte da kusonte basonte. Panna conference mundu bile kuti aba wino. So if na fact ndande ko not ana pomune ko kuboneka ti chalo chonse mundu bile bale fire.
Natotela sana mkwai. Natotela
mkwai.
Hello? Hello?
President Mwawombeni.
Yeah, I'm quiet. Hello? Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Hello?
Hello?
Yes, please. We can hear you.
Yes, good evening. Yes, sir. Good evening.
Good evening.
Yes, sir. Sorry, if I can use maybe. Can I speak in Tonga?
Yeah, yes, sir. No problem.
Okay, Twarumba. Muvere kamdara.
Kabutu, muvere kabutu.
Twarumba. No, comment yaba PF. Normally abantu tabari organized mbomamba bari disorganized maningi. Tababanze kuweha kujuno kuri Hakainde Hichilema. You know, kumwambia hina lya Hakainde Hichilema liralema. Liralema maningi. So it's very hard to get, power from him. With the weak people, they are disorganized, I'm telling you. So, tabagonzi where daughter baba organized no inka uteba no venka kuma convention no kusara leader So whether they are organized, they have got support, they have got financials, to fund the party. But we never around God. So I want to focus maningi atobajita. Otherwise, I'm going to by election agazwena. One say my by election. But it's the biggest, party, ruling party. So that I will be maningi. Otherwise, as you said, the HH is a boo. It's a boo. You can't just come from somewhere. You are jogging that I'm going to get power.
Kutumpo. Thank you very much.
Narumba evidence.
Hello? Yes. Is that Queen Cobra? Is that Queen Cobra in the house? Address us, Your Majesty.
Yes, I have to address. I was watching in there, Kotikanati. Papa. Politics. Anyway, I'm going to say my position on what you've articulated. And my position is totally different from yours. And that's what we call for democracy.
Exactly.
Yes. We seem... People tend to think that we are all PF when we know we've got our different position. And I think today they will see that you and I, we've got our totally different independent minds. In regard with the way you're calling out PF, saying they should go for a convention, I oppose to that. And I'm going to give the reasons why I do that. They just ended by elections that where PF lost 3-0. You are calling it 3-0. Yes. I think it's unfair. Yeah. I think it's unrealistic to say that PF lost 3-0. Considering what transpired in Chilufya and all the elections, we know that Upnd is ruthless. And you've mentioned to say Hakainde Hichilema himself is ruthless, he's not going to hand over power peacefully and whatever, which is fine. But when you look at the presidential candidates so far that are eyeing to go for PF president, they all got Utumilandu, Badiba Konka Wonse. You see? That's where the problem is, including Bamundubile, the one you're supporting.
No, Mundubile doesn't. Mundubile doesn't. No, he doesn't.
He will have. Oh, yes, but
don't say presently Harry Quarter. So if they will come, it will be in future. But now
there was a time when he was followed. Remember in Parliament, which obviously I remember a challenge about the contract that he got.
Yes, and he came out very clear. So it's okay. Mundubile is okay.
Out. Okay, fine. You say Mundubile is okay, but the fact is, Upnd at the moment, they are looking at who is going to be PF president. And trust me, whoever you choose, whoever you support, they will find a way of clamping that person down. You understand? They will do it.
So my sister, wait a minute. Yeah. So would you rather you go at the 11th hour and then they cramp that person? Or you would rather have a person now, whatever issues are raised?
Let me take you back to what you said before. You once mentioned, I think I remember very well, you once mentioned to say PF is working on the constitution so that whoever they try and choose, when they go for like maybe during the 2026 elections and they go for someone and that person is clamped down, they can quickly replace that person with another person. You remember that? Yes. That came from you. Yes. You understand?
Yes.
So let PF work on that. They have to have a strategy in order to ensure that UPND's dictatorial tendencies is seen to the world. You cannot just say, okay, let's put Mundubile here, then you don't have a second option.
No, but
what happens if Mundubile...
But Queen, listen.
Let me finish. Can I finish? Before you speak, can I finish?
No, we should have a conversation because you are making points.
Okay.
And look, so you are saying, let them, it's better, you know, they delay that so that the dictatorship of the UPND can be seen. Why don't you think that, don't you think it would be better if they choose now and then UPND comes up with whatever issues? And if they don't come up with whatever issues, then they come at the last minute. At least people will be able to say, but this person has been here all along. Why didn't you raise those issues?
Yes.
You know?
Yes, but then again, the thing is, we're talking of changing the PF constitution.
But how long are you going to take? How long are you going to take to make the constitution?
You don't need to rush PF because of the just ended by. That's where I'm standing. That's where I'm refusing.
No. It's not about the by-election.
Listen, how many political parties do we have in Zambia? My friend member contested in the last ended by elections. Are they rushing for a convention to replace the president?
No,
socialist parties not doing that.
We are not doing that because of the by-election. No, we are not doing that. It is long overdue.
That's why you've raised to say, okay, Walungu, this and this and this. All this while, you were not in a rush.
I've been in on the rush.
When Samba was pushing for a convention, what were you saying? You were talking of PF doing what? Working on the constitution, isn't it? Remember, recently Mao Samba was up and down pushing for a convention. Just recently. And you said, Mao Samba Tekanya, first PF need to work with the constitution because there's a people.
No, but Queen Cobra, don't qualify. Queen Cobra, if you are going to quote me, you better quote me in the right context. I never said Mao Sampa slow down. We don't need a convention. No, I criticized Mao Sampa in the manner that he came out. I don't agree. It's not about
that. But you said PF is working on the constitution because
yes, but when was that? For how long?
And by GPM, as it stands, they don't qualify.
And how long ago? And how long ago? How long ago?
That's been like 3 months. I think I don't know if it's 3 months or 2 months.
Are you telling me a 52-page leaflet can take this long?
The bottom line is, I think PF, they know what they are doing. I think they don't need you to rush them into going.
No, we have to express ourselves.
We don't need.
We have to express ourselves. I'm expressing my opinion.
No, it's fine. I agree with you. You have to express yourself. It's fine. And I'm just saying, I'm stating my position. It's your platform. And I'm just saying, I think for now, you have to think objectively. And
I'm thinking objectively.
Irrational. Don't be irrational because of the just ended by elections to push for your convention. There's no rush for a convention.
No. Listen, the best that you should do is to make your points, not to address me, to tell me, don't rush them.
That's what I'm... Okay, all right.
Make your point. Don't address me to say you don't have to.
Let me make my points. Let me make my point. Can I make my points? It's your part. Can I make my points?
Make your point.
Okay, so my position, and now I look at things as at now, there's no need to rush for a convention as things stand. First of all, we have presidential candidates that have got one say, maybe you're saying Bamundubile and things is the one that, but even Bamundubile, considering the kind of government that we have, I'm seeing in future, you also be clamped down. So what PF needs, I think, is to strategize, look at how they are going to deal with the current government. First of all, strategized, not just rushing into, okay, let's choose this person because we look like we are going down and whatnot. And they just ended by elections. I think there was some mind games that were being played. I think they played these mind games. I think I played a video of Matomola where he was saying, why is PF number 2? PF should go to Enduku. So I think what they tried was to manipulate the mindsets of especially the PF supporters, where they look at, so that the PF supporters become irrational, so they don't become they don't look at things objective, and they start pushing their leaders to go for convention. I think that's what was being played. That's why if you look at the results that were coming, PF was coming for number 2, for number 3, Nakulastu, which is in a normal setup, it's absurd. So I think we need to cool down, all of us. I think we need to sit down, all of us, and look at things realistically and objectively and see how the same PF leaders, how they can strategize and put Zambia's interests at first before we can rush into making certain decisions. That's all I wanted to say. So thank you so much for giving me the time to air my views as well.
No problem. Thank you. I'm happy that you came through because I read your comments and I saw that we are on different paths, which is good. So I'm happy that you came through.
Okay. All right, cheers. Thank you. Good night.
Good night. So, just to respond a bit on Queen Cobra, and this is what it is. We are different, but for me, frankly speaking, the issue of electing a leader for PF going to convention, it's long overdue. Because if they don't do it, the party will be weakening. I for one, I want to tell you, I'm not PF, but I for one, I'm not PF. I support PF, but I for one, I'm going to be discouraged. I'm already feeling discouraged. So the longer they prolong this, they will lose some of the goodwill that they have. And particularly myself, PF. You continue prolonging this, at least for me, I don't want to pretend. You can't go on without a leader. We can't be guessing who is going to be a leader, So the longer you prolong this, at least for me, I will just stand by. I'll just stand on the side. Because really, you can't go on like this. You need to be decided. This is how you lost the elections. Even before, when you are in power, you lost elections like this. The issue of choosing the vice president was an issue. You came and brought Wankanduluo. Really. For me, Hichilema, I support Mundubile, I support PF and whatever. But the longer you prolong, I don't want to be associated with a party that can't make decisions, a party that can't move. Forget it. At least you will lose my support. This, I must say. At least for me, you will lose my support. Whether it matters or it doesn't matter, that's up to you. But I'm telling you that you continue prolonging it like this, at least my support will not be there. Hello? Hello?
Go.
Yes.
But Tayali,
I'm quiet.
I've got two important questions.
Please.
One, first of all, I found it very difficult and very strange how the agents would have been removed from the polling stations. Because when you go for these elections, it's a war.
Yes.
And how do you accept to be taken out of the agent?
And you go and
that
sit.
I don't believe.
You go and sit and just watch.
Yes, if they tell you to go out, you refuse.
Yes.
I can't go out.
Yes.
I'm supposed to be here.
Yes.
Now how do you walk out? Because it's a war. Hello?
Some of these...
Second part I want to...
Yes, go ahead.
It is strange. I don't believe that story of saying we were cheated out. No, let us out. The second point I wanted to put up is I think if you have got the time to speak to Mundubile, the one that we are counting on, please try to make him become aggressive, like you are. He must not take things easy the way Longo is. He has to be very aggressive.
Yeah.
And it's from being aggressiveness, because the rest of them people that have stood for this presidential, whatever it is in PF, are all T-bonds. And those are T-bonds for HH. You can actually sue them just before the election. Once all got cases to do. So they cannot waste that time. They are T-bonds, you just sue them just the day before election. So the best thing Mundubile has to be aggressive now is the one that we know is clean. If there's anything that is better on him, he can clear it now. But the rest of them,
HH is just watching them to say, let him wait. You appoint them, if they change the constitution, they can still choose them just the day before elections.
No, thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. No, seriously, I mean, this caller, for me, I mean, you can make whatever excuses, but like he has said, an election is a war. It's a war. So you don't just walk away and say, no, they did this, they did this. Ah, then you are not a politician. Hello? Hello? Hello?
No, Mama.
Hey, I'm quiet.
Mama, feel
Buena film quiet.
Twachira fayo kulanda kwa pano pali ba PF na mana namba convention ya kwa. Na mwisho baba Chilufya ngamwa mune ibukisha kulia kuma fest kuyo kumwale kita complain yo twalise muteki na ma election. Abo ba PF istabale fayo kumyumva. Na mufya papeni kupini mwachiraranda tawe ibala mipata nature ya kuwa PF tabonkwa mamona ka. So benecha kwewa ifo baba bati ite culture baba tibakwata fi ifo batemwa bino fole mpawe kuba jesu batemene ifo bale fire benecha bapangira sense ifo kwewa tfiriri background tabafedi ifo nezo fine mure bati advise so aponi mo ba mamfa
ninji bana bampata
so ibara mipata because murebe bechinga so now pieriri ne ya chidi abagungu kwe bachabo bagungu bachite baserepo abazerepo why because bari rusi checharo so apa bafire ba making sure ati bapuishe party ngayaona ikira party lesa bapuisha ero nomba bakesa serapo ni chapwa na kupa yapwa party atotela
na totela. Hello.
Hello?
Hello.
Mr. President, Mr. Tayali.
Yes, sir.
I'm Benjamin calling from Kitwe.
Yes, sir, Benjamin, London.
Mr. President, I've heard your conversation with King Kobla. You are pushing too much for the conversation, for the convention concerning PF. But President, for the first time, Zambia, who got time, Toronto, left come ministries. However, Paromule Mbona litotela sana. Abawa PF ifibalewa ukana kwata president. Relation ifi background. Doso mwachira rondolola. Palukakalo ururi mubute ko concerning nabo lukakala. Fintumule lulondolola. Lekeni ba PF batekanye. Ngachali ba president umuntu wenu wayine mulelumbanya muletungirira ewa isapona. Ugafuma kuri ba PF.
Awe.
Iya shimwale tane platform mwaisule ba president.
Umfeli panon.
Emkwai.
Ine ukulandati ba PF bakwate convention. Tekoba tumundu birawe president. Techo ndelanda pwecho. Bakwate felida. Uakweva ati didandelanda pano nde pakala. Nde mutungirira ati uyu. Mwamona. Not mwalanda mwachita criticize. Mwachita criticize. Mwachita criticize. Nomba bantu bamipushati. Nomba ko turea ni kui. Mwamona apana ali ni ati HH must resign. Abantu wale ipusha. Nomba ngachita resign. Ukawapo ni nani? Mwamona. Ukawapo ni nani? Nani narasonta? Ndanda timundule yota wala sala.
Okay, akola pena ba president wesu. Tamaisa msonte director tiyo o narasonta wa PF. Kaya na political parties yambie kwa yadi. So to be fair ba president. Awese ntubaleke. Awe ni wachite kwa chibachita slow down. Because if the background yaba paduru kakalo lubisana. Life history yama politics mno Zambia shatarafi monapo. Ifile chitika. Eken tube fyaba kutika nyawa president. Ififile imo munevo mbesha na makayo nsoku tuirule nkama n'okutulondolo refere kitikama ministries yonse omuntu ng'ali mutemu abakwata amaka kwali benshitero tesa mukukwata amaka ba president nga mwati mumone ife mulelondolola defirelondola Queen Cobra tukwatema platform yenu ya vilaya le tusambilisha efe ekyalo kifiri okuba nefe entungulu shifiri okuba nefe kitikama ministries mu Ministry of Wealth ku Ministry of Defense ku Ministry of Agriculture fense twalifikonga ba president wesu erote chakwesha nokuleka abo abale emisusha mwila baposa kona amano ba president mwe tukwete mwe bale tulotolera ko efe ekyalo kyesu kirenda
natotera mukwa lekera sente kona bambi hello
President.
Yes.
Hii program na ikonga mwisho na nini? Especially there leo. Monga hapa ni conversation yangu na Cobra. Mwanzo mathematics President Tayali yana maformula ziambili yosha bwanji yosobera mu mathematics. Watayali wali right Cobra right. Chimchina ngwatayali mwanzo atichule sama kwa nisa kwenda kumtengo. So if Mazambia zinapanga kuweka wachule kumtengo wazafuta kusema kama maneno kambia because you have seen this thing beyond so watu wasabiri bali mkamba tayari one day wantu wazali ya wambili maningi Mozambique hapa not now wazali ya tayari people ndipo Afrika mwenye kushabwanji wachosema glasses ni sikusunga pale ma tax glasses Afrika wavuna glasses wakazanga nsaba nepishtika otherwise HH wame makambia sanga kwanza kushita easy power ndio tena kuzaka power antu munga nikukongo ngato wanchwa kubilivani wa tayari wasiye tsoche that one day izakafika dia za kubilivani HH is not a good person and HH is not a good person to lead Zambia. HH ana mtima wa black. Believe you me. Yeba nazo kwa kuza mko ikiwatana ta imevale mkamba be right. Vakamba Queen Cobra be right. Mathematics na maformula ya mbili yose amba answer. Tumobodo kata tapeza answer emozi ya zola. HH wauze Mazambia na seguro so otherwise is not a good person at all. HH is ruthless. Not even ya mkamba ruthless ndaya. HH ni wantu watatu mwenye umozi. Is a Judas Iscariot of new era. Ni Peter na kana Yesu. Okay, anyway, sidagama maningi, it's okay.
Zikomo. Hello? Hello? Yes, please.
Yes, my president. Ndi live na ngwawe.
Muli live.
Okay, natotera sana. Mwandi nikalenga mbili question na nakano kunaka.
At least mwachita manage.
Au mwandi nikinande kumpira ku chance ba president. Kana landire pondo sende tandapirwa. Engwai ba president inecho ningalanda ku mwandi ni katuishi abakatufunya muri problem mu Zambia. Iyi problem mu Zambia mwaletere nango mwatuletere nango batuletere amayufu bamuzane mwandi katuishi abatufunyamo mu butushi butwengira mu butekeshwa ba this current government we have right now. Ba president ile alikuchira bombwe na alikuchira bombwe ila time kwa alikuvota kwene FSTK atafyawa amekoma opposition party kwera ngefyara babishida fino kutwalira iyo Zambia cyangwa fitwa yakana akira muntu twayikwatira twashiba side ya Upnd twashiba side ya PF so twashiba kichalo eki na cyakana kuchira fija twamwene amona so bantu bose balepundo ko batino ikirerenga pantu ni party president wa PF tamuri shani kirerenga kula ipusha abantu bali kusaidi kula kuino kwa lesika filafinto ma election nga mwa ikisora abantu yaranga bile rushinka chao mu Zambia tamuri balepundo ati free and fair tamuri balepundo ati twali to mutende tamuri mu Zambia no mbeki mo na tuweke ya namba ya time ya muri kaunda ya muri koloni before kaunda inombe eya mufati original one party state now fwe bantu atushibata fwe bantu tude muloko bati ofilife bwino
Now, this is one party state. If you don't know my president, you know Zambia mukavenkondo than before. My country is once. And the government policy kafume pomwebantu paka wapwe muikaramba sana mu chalo cha Zambia mukafa abantu apsana. Simi tell you, mark my word. Zambia tairi bwino. Ngana timi tubine FM guys, FM nanja mpere wa mu Upnd champere so mwana kana. Ati bare panga swa pakuti PF baifunye pa number 2 na number 1 baibike pa number 3 so plastic any numbers as long as in plastic. Mamona. So mule mapanja la bingati mitumine fe private maso kwa ta if you lenda kan shiwe Zambia ino mulika benkondo ya pusana PF ke tufu number
muka muntu hello. Yes, volume on the other side, please.
Yes, Mr. Tayali.
Yes, sir.
I'm calling you from France.
Oh, you're calling from France. Okay.
Yeah. Maybe to run the Hichilema Chala Africa. Actually, first of all, Trem Tasha Sana Punch Terumrewombapu. Panto Icharonga Tachquetama opposition with Chile Kuntash. Icharo Ngamamona, Icharo Chasta Development, my opposition Avarenga Icharo Chasta Development. And to if you give a government, actually, what I say the Efomulanda, but state was assuming if you had to Umunte for the Randa but the big question in Kwetekma opposition, especially with PF, is Nina Nyuing Abatunguru Rawa Kwevati Engame Nina Achta Challenge Hakainde Hichilema. So a question for Kwetenga Chakwa Kati Wakwata for Muntu in gaming in Afiati. Kubatunguru rachati uyeno yanakutsa challenge Hakainde Hichilema bantu abantu abengi tabasekeremu ebintu ikirechitika mu Zambia ero napo ibene kwe bali approach not sana affect pantero twari chetekera muri ba HH wasanga mu fyati ni wala ni zero. So ngachakwa wakati parifyo umuntu fyo wa mini na fyo wakwa wakati o abantu waisho wakati apapena ngaisa cha control efintu abena Zambia apa hope na ipo muri ba HH but abengi question yo bakweteni nina nyinga tutungurura wingesa mukurungisha efintu fyo na iki so ngatakwata fye chapara imwe bene abantu bakwata sana chetekero muri washora ngachakwa afati mwa imini na tie wino fyati ifintu fye abafe mu order ndebe wa mukapita wino fye so muikanda wako mkanjitena invite ninkeza be control economic ko kweli.
Thank you thank you.
Hello Mr. President, how are you, sir?
Fine thanks.
Very fine. Yes, I just want to make a comment on the PF part. Yes. What I want to say is that PF from where you go. Let me take you back to 2015. PF was on choosing a leader. I don't know. Everyone in the PF, they have the appetite to stand as the president. They have no time. Sorry?
Yes. You're right.
Yes. They have the appetite. Everyone has the appetite to stand as a president. They have no time to rally behind one person. And even on this one, imagine we were just supposed to be patient with Edgar Lungu, because Edgar Lungu is the one standing up to now as the president of the party, according to the convention which they had You understand? But just after losing, when he is passing through pain, then they were frustrating him more that he could even come out to say, no, I'm not in politics. This is not the way it was supposed to be done. So even now, I'm telling you, like you had said, President Edgar Lungu is still the president up to now for the Patriotic Front. But the problem is that everyone, look at the same people. Mao Sampa, Rosie in that 2015, this other one, GBM, including Nananika and our Chimbagambiri Bonse, very fire of president until there was total confusion. When are they going to just be one where they choose one leader, they rally behind that person? Once fire, look at just this one. The money, Arias paid, I don't know, probably 8. And Edgar Lungu is even failing to choose it because if Edgar Lungu chooses one, do you know what is going to happen? They are going to hate more Edgar Lungu, and they against Edgar Lungu, they will start again. You understand that? So we should learn from the past. No wonder Edgar Lungu, aoneka monga alichabe neutral pali bonse, awatenga monga nibana bonse, but itawale tontonkanya yo. Because umwana alingire paishi wati batata bakachira anani abamweo, but warefo ukusenda ama shares. Don't force Edgar Lungu to sign up a will where and you said it clearly. I heard you that Sata anasia chipani kule Edgar Lungu mumanja mwake, and let Edgar Lungu continue and bring it back to life. Edgar Lungu has the power. He's very wise. No wonder he's doing it like that. He's silent, but I call him a godfather. He's very strong and courageous. He can dribble out this because he has connections. So what we need is to just campaign for Edgar Lungu to come back. If it's to go and cry at his gate, let's all of us go back and cry to say, look at what is happening. We are hungry. There is nothing. You understand? That's what we need as Zambians. Other than which one. And again, in case of anyone, again, Munduwire is the best. I've heard him talking. He's very courageous and powerful. For me, I would go for Munduwire. These others, like many of people have said, bari kwata utulea, vanatulea kutala. You understand, right?
Thank you, my
so
brother.
Please.
You. Hello? Hello?
Hello? Hello?
Yes, please. Volume on the other side.
Hello?
Volume on the other side. Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Yes, please.
Yes, good evening. Yes, good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Yes. I think for now, Mr. Tayali, we can say a spade for a spade. Because this leader we have this time, I don't think he needs a weak approach, no. He needs a strong opponent for us to be liberated. The way they were doing these guys this time, I don't think they can overthrow HH, no. And again, these PF chaps, they're too confused to the extent that they cannot even think properly. So we need a leader who can take us somewhere, not this one. These are my words.
Thank you. Hello? Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Yes, please.
Yes, I just want to comment the conversation. Hello?
Yep, yeah, please go ahead.
Queen Cobra. Yeah, I think we are Queen Cobra because there are many advantages in choosing a leader area. Yeah, one, if you choose a leader area, the money issue, raising of money, that is one advantage.
The other advantage is that selling of a leader, kula botuma munchende mumumwa kwebati, indamwa choosing a near the election, ishitata kuba to sell that person in rural areas. So bakwing kubra bafire bata understand if you choosing a leader later, more disadvantages than choosing a leader area. And then, like if you mulela na kwatikuli HH, guys at slap some cases pali leader kuma last minute, you lose out. But if he slaps some cases more when you have chosen a leader area, kuti at least you can find a replacement. And for example, another advantage is that if a leader is chosen area, abantu nga batalali behind that leader, it will be very difficult for HH to for the ruling party ukutampukula mudelela, because in shakwata support is that and then kutama nokulatina lo government kwebata umuntu nakwata ma supporters. So there are main advantages in choosing a leader area than late. And again, just to the last one, you know, PF Baba KF Salama leaders. If you quite a balandi cases, HH will find it very easy kubapelo tuma cases no kubaita fukuba fumyamu for now. Abantu abapalakwata bena mundu vile na is it Grifo de Monde, but our cases stand a better chance than our cases. So, but very, very careful when choosing our leaders. We are rushing at Amakadas, Bamuatisoko, Nomunanko Valelanda, Quevatio, to Tatufutala by MMD. So, Tatabale Tonkanya when Amakadas about PF Valelanda to Furebuse, because when you look at Sata was MMD. UNIP, I saw MMD. And then when you look at Lungu was UPND. So the power of your Muntu about PF, once about the Quetoba for me. So we have a profit you by MMD by some send the Chalo send the parties. No, or everyone who PF came from someone. So we have a profit could just to discourage Mundu Vile yo.
No, thank you. Thank you. Muliba ku Manchester.
Tuliba ku Leicester, tuliba ku Dhaka.
Okay. Thank you. Hello?
Mr. President.
Yes, sir. Hello? Okay, I think we have Ish. Let me take this one as the last caller. Hello?
Hello?
Yes, please.
Hello, nachafano kupapatia. We know what last year no twice. Hello, okay, namulanda to wino. I'm a concerned citizen.
Yeah, feedback here.
Patriotic Zambian.
Feedback. Kulika feedback hata sana.
Umeshariko volume. So if nachana not concafion mulandire. If you will. Now, even demona, when the lungu, more especially for my first civic leaders, our PF to feel to come in one day, we have ever Ngakucha impose candidate. Baka monefi uwa mumano ya baka tuweza chenichite. Mamon. Because mu PF, muyama candidate sabaisa, abengi, twaliweshi wani waka kwa nkuni. Fiati nkuni nga kudimpepo aisa na kastori nta laisha yapo nkuni aya pambira pena atampa nokula miponteroko mamona ema leaders to akwata abengi waisa kuleta confusion so tulefa abantu abakosa fiafi ne mwachilalanda abakosa mamona elo na support kudi abantu abakwata abakosa like abena mangani people can speak na given Luwinda ben Walalanda. So I want to le fire. Noti abambya na tumona nombe so wale sempelera nomba kwe wa Edgar Lungu wale fati uyu ati wambone uyu wambone filia amafuta yali atatu suba mitajiri twadileka so apart le fire kwa at least abantu abakwe wati abaliko powerful. And then the other one kuma elections pitiri mwadi mona ngamale kama videos all along to ale konka fiancé ale lanjuka mu UPND wale anda tino to file UPF ngana ikwata 230 votes to asenda 200 to alika ku UPND elo 30 votes to apera PF ngaile fuma pa number 2 ikaba alternative government mu 2026 ifunga to alukiani so to file tule ilika pa number 4 pa number shani efe wacha ile nom mamona. So PF Tayali shibe. That to losing a hope.
No, thank you. Hello? Hello?
Hello,
I'm a phone calls. They keep coming. I want to cut the program, but the phone calls keep coming. Hello?
Hello, Batari. Hello, Mama.
Wina fem kwa.
Hello?
Hello?
Okay. Batari, ndefu anunde pali ila conversation mwachu kwa katana na Queen Cobra ile. Kuna ndabwe ngefa chirando mgazi wa mapolia. Kwela chishinga ukusala wa mwintu nguroshi. Kulesa mkwafurisha po inena wela nda Robert I contested in 2016 as a councillor FDD. Kukaputa kule. So first day sticker Bashite mpumikisha wakati wako eto muntu usa mpumikisha fe nishifiri gun point yakwati shipeke no kuipekanya ifya shire shika yoko wati kwali kuwa wa mumi bombere pantu nshayipekenye chinga wati na dibalire po kunu moko na dawaza shifu number 3 momona so chetulanda kuli ba PF ngachakwati basalire wangu mtungurushi batangu wasala wangu pate president even waeshe changu kanga mukula musukunkanya ula muntu tapale fufinga chitika maona utona per example kwa Edgar Lungu nan ushwa eche tapale amaka kwete efo wenga tapale wa pale wa Edgar Lungu pantu Edgar Lungu na kwata support moi kalamba sana mamona efi na mfe kuli pate president wa PF punga bamusalire lero lino tibamusala ni shikuri chafu ishako abantu baramo kumusupporta ula muntu so waeshe tipo kutwembesa mukusala puka nishi ili too late. No mga chakati kese sara mu 2025 inchi tapali so bakashita nishi.
Na totela.
Tibeza njibaika chapo tuamaza kusupporta imwebene chapo.
Na totela sana.
Tuange.
Hello?
Alo batari.
Mkwa.
Batari ndefa nkomende kupali leadership ya MPF. Aba bamundu bire. It's a very, very good candidate. He can make a very good president. Mbovu mbona pali babu. Tabara kula sana msystem. So nanguku basedi. I don't think it's ever possible because vena tabara kula sana. Nimba ndefu anjip sheko. Nga abantu bapala kwa fifa ba given Luwinda. Ba given Luwinda bena tiba teka pali. Olo vena baka ina msystem mbali kula. Bali po ba MP kuna nikaduka wata bena bakwata na experience kuchira ba mundu bire no fandi kushoka for reason why ba giving tawa bikira mu media shida mukatika.
Well, I mean, I think basically what I would say, even by given, I mean, he's a possible candidate. He's a possible candidate.
Okay.
Hello? Oops. Hello? Hello? Nanaka, I'm tired. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for following the program and the phone calls. The phone calls are still coming, but my energy levels have gone down. I've gone low. Thank you very much and good night.